Whoa! 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 You like feeding cows? I like feeding cows. Morning. Did I scare you? Anyway, so here I am back at the carving tent. I haven't been doing much carving lately because I have been working where I live fixing rotting fascia boards, and every day after work I thought I was lying in bed dying because, well, I guess that's just what happens when you use different muscles climbing up and down ladders and you're fat and you're out of shape. So here we are once again. So I made a video on these. These are the planters that I have to carve for the grad sale that we're having. So Western red cedar, that white stuff that you see in there is the Flex Seal. You buy this online or anywhere. It's rubber. So usually I do black, but I didn't have black here. I have black at home. So I spray this in here because this cedar, like I said, Western red cedar, I guess it's poisonous to plants. So the plants grow much better when you insulate where the plants are going to grow with this rubber. This can costs like 15 or 20 bucks. Like I've already used some of it before I did these. So look, I got 6 planters there I've done it with. But I got black stuff at home and I'll repaint it, respray it with the black stuff. Yeah, so Flex Seal, as seen on TV. So I figured what I'm going to do today is just carve 2 owls and 2 flowers. So 2 owls, 2 flowers. They're going to be flat owls. I do have depth, but I just don't. Okay, normally I don't carve just to try and make money. I carve because I love it. It's a hobby, and well, that's the bottom line. But for these ones, I'm carving just to make money. And the way prices are, inflation is on everything, it's friggin' crazy. Not a lot of people have a lot of money, so I could spend a long time carving these, trying to make them as nice and perfect as I can, charge more money, but that's not the point. I want to charge these fast, make them look nice, good enough, and not have to charge too much money, because the least expensive your carvings are, the more you'll sell. And that's the bottom line. And don't, like, some people are like, yeah, but you shouldn't say that, you know, you should do quality work. And this, I'm going to try to make nice owls in here. Like, you can kind of see I got one drawn up here. Like, you're not even going to see the full owl. You'll just see the top half of it. It's kind of like an art piece. And down here, I'll carve some silly flowers. Have fun. I feel great today. And I'm going to have some fun till I don't feel great. All I'm really going to be using is my little Echo 2511 with the 8-inch carving bar on here. Got to sharpen my chain. The Makita die grinder with a 1/4-inch Kutzall silver burr on there. Okay. So 1/4-inch, for people that don't know, is 1/4. And I got this Meetable with a little small saber-tooth burr on there, but I might switch this out to the Kutzall Extreme burr. So that's basically all I'm going to be using today. Oh, also, if any of you haven't noticed, I did a total huge cleaning on the shop. Brought my bigger blower here, blew everything out, so shop's as clean as it's going to get. See how much I can do today, because I want to carve a couple more trees too. Trees are good to sell. So one thing I always do is set myself up to be comfortable. This is a hydraulic jack lift. They sell them on Beaver. I bought this at Canadian Tire. I got this bolted down, screwed down from up under this wood here. You can see I just got these pieces of slab and just screwed them to the deck, because it's better to hit the wood than you don't want to hit the steel. So, and I put one screw in the back. So now let's put the camera in the thing and draw the owl and the nuke on. Owl and a knock. So I didn't know if I already said this, but this might be a pretty flat owl, but that's okay. So how do you want your knock to go? Like, pretend it would be a rotten hole in a piece of wood. You know, another thing too, I could have I thought about it. I could have made this, like cut this top a bit lower and made it look like this was rotten and the top piece was higher and rotten too, but I'll do that on the next one. So let's just kind of, well, let's draw our owl on. So here's his head. Oh boy, that's why I got 2 pens here. Here's his head. And then his wings down there. Kind of deal. It's a little bit too wide. So you want your neck to just kind of, then we'll bring this one up here and just use these kind of for references. Actually, we can connect these dots here for the neck and carry on these bottoms up. So that's it. There's your owl, like, and his wing. So his face is this way, and then his wing will be here. That easy. So all I got to do is cut on the outside of this line. I don't want to cut too deep. You know, the deeper that you cut your neck inside here, all around the owl, the more rounder you can make the owl, because then you have room to carve deeper. But this one's not going to have that. So I think we'll just start with that. Cut this, use the tip of your bar to remove some wood inside here. And then you start carving your friggin' owl. Does that make sense to you? But first of all, I got to sharpen my chain. So it's very important you keep your chain sharp. I don't make much videos sharpening my chain. I just use a shitty old Dremel or a knockoff Dremel. I get these diamond burs here. This is, I think this is quarter pitch chain. So this is 50 gauge. So this is like a, I forget, 5/32 file or something. I used to use the stone bits, but this, as you're sharpening your chain, the stone gets thinner and thinner and thinner, right? So then you don't get a true cut. But these diamond ones, just Carve Rob introduced me to, these always stay true shape, right? They just wear out. You don't have to turn your Dremel on full blast, right? Another thing I do, like for years I used a pen, a black marker, and I'd mark the first cutter that I was going to start on, but it's hard to see the pen. So I got this paint pen. They use these lots for steel working. So there you can see where you started and where to stop, right? Okay, so when I started filming this, I was getting bad lighting because I was filming in 60 frames per second, but I switched back to 30, so maybe that's a bit better. I did cut it a little bit deep here, so I gotta make sure this is rounded off after. Now let me pull up I'll show you how the depth. You can see on the video. Sorry too, I thought I was filming when I cut around here, but I wasn't. But you see, I did a cut like this and a cut like that, so the face wasn't so round, and I kind of turned the wing too a bit. So let me pull up my chair, and this is kind of like a standard owl. Oh boy, I need to get a better pen. 3 points. You know, you can get the books for, or you can just even Google owls and get some pictures. So this top one is going to be cut like this, kind of that way. I kind of like do X's. This one is going to be down like this. And then usually I do this 2 times, but I'm just going to do it the 1 time. Like I said, this is nothing fancy. And then a cut down there to make it look like his big wings or feathers or whatever they're called. Okay, so then the head, his head's kind of big, so we got lots of room to give him those Uncle Kevin things. So let's start off with the center line, always pretty important. Then we'll go like this. Make sure this is kind of the same. And then we'll go like this. And underneath his beak, you can have that fluffer thing there. So I got to cut true to the line here, not too deep. To the line here. Remove some wood underneath here. You know, eventually you're going to do a cut here. Actually, this side of the head seems it's bigger than this side, so the center line should have been moved over a bit more. So let's just do this cut, remove some of the wood in here, because it's going to have those fluffer things, whatever they're called, owl things. Those aren't fluffer. And then, so we're going to cut this in too. So I might as well cut all this in. And then inside here, I'm going to scoop it out with my carving bar, with using the bottom tip of the carving bar, so it's like a bowl inside there. Does that make, you can see, it's hard to see the outside of the owl, but here's the outside of the owl right here. I might speed this up when I'm carving it, and I'll see when I'm editing it if there's any, I don't know, whatever. So voiceover it is. You haven't seen me really put too much music on my videos lately because, well, you get copyright strikes from music that's copyright infringement or whatever you say. So, and the app that I use to do editing did once have good music. Now their music just kind of, well, sucks. So I'd rather not even use music. So here's a voiceover. I am not really going to explain too much what I'm doing. I have lots of carving owl videos out there, and lots of people have carving owls videos out there. But the more you take your time, the better that you're going to do. Like I said, I think it's been a few days since I've carved this, so I don't really know what I said in this video, but I was super busy working. That's done now, thank the Lord. My son is moving in. He lives with his girlfriend right now, but for some reason, I'm not really going to get into it, but he can't live where she lives. Because I think her mom's moving back in or something into the place or something. My son Tyler is 25 years old. He's a young man. He's got autism. It's called, well, I guess you call it the spectrum. He's got the Asperger's. I think I probably have it. I wouldn't mind getting tested for it, but I think it costs like $3,000, and I'm not paying $3,000 to get a test done. So I'll just self-diagnose myself.
Um, I like to be left alone. Like I've had roommates and stuff and lived with my old girlfriends my whole life. But now, because of my injury, I like to be left alone. But I can't say no to my son. So my son's moving in to the bedroom downstairs. So my bedroom downstairs, I have a bunch of compressors and stuff and tools and desks and carving stuff down there. So I'm going to buy one of those rubber sheds that I worked so hard to make some money. Now I got to spend it on a shed for my backyard. Then it gives me more room to store wood back there too. Um, Liz Liz has been a subscriber for a long time, and she's turned into be like a friend. I've never met her, but she's in Oregon. Liz is awesome. Hi, Liz. Love you. Her dad moved in with her. He's from originally from Texas, and his nickname is Shorty. So here is a shout out because Liz told me that her dad's helping her out with lots of her projects. She does lots of those wind spinners, and he helps her with her wood carving projects. So hi, Shorty. And Liz told me that he watches some of my videos, so hopefully he'll watch this one. Shorty, I hope you're doing good, buddy. You got a beautiful daughter, and be nice to Bob, F Bob, the original F Bob, and keep helping her out. Just you got to keep on kicking, man. Got to keep your family happy. Keep on kicking. You guys can see the beautiful color in this cedar, the whiter color, and then you get the darker stuff. The die grinder there I'm using, I don't know what burr. I think it has the silver burr on there, the silver flame, which is not too aggressive. The original one. Different burrs work. Like say this burr might work on good on some wood. It might not work good on other wood. Like some cedar, it might work good. Some cedar, it might not work good. So I think I'm going to switch over to the extreme flame burr. And like I said, I hope I said at the beginning of this video, these were super rushed carvings just to try and make some money. I posted since I did this a couple days ago. I'm just so lazy when it comes to doing voiceovers. I posted this on Facebook. I think yesterday. That where I live's having a garage sale, and I'll have some carvings there. And they turned off the comments on my post, so nobody can comment. And because you get like people like, oh, can you DM me like direct message? Can you direct message me the price? How tall is it? What kind of wood is it? What kind of succulents do you put in it? What kind of owl is that? Like how did you carve it? It's good. It's good to do when you first get into your art thing. And I'm not saying don't do it, but it kind of gets old fast for me. I'm not a fan of people. I'm going to be honest. Like I have my friends and my family, and I love both of them. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the human race, and that's I guess the way I am. Just from things I've seen and heard, just kind of like I'm better off to be left alone and do my own thing. It's what makes me happy. But I do got to go visit some old friends. Did I switch over to maybe I am using the extreme. I think I probably am using the extreme flame burr there. I don't think though. I don't know. But the flame burrs, the extreme flame, the flame burrs are my favorite burrs to use. They're shaped like footballs. So there's kind of a quick block out of the owl. I'm just throw that line on there because it looked lower to me. And I just put dots where I'm going to do the eyes. Now this, I think I'm going to burn the eyes, and you can carve the eyes or burn the eyes. Like I said, that's a Mampa eye cutter. Okay, and just a DeWalt friggin' thing, DeWalt battery powered die grinder. You just kind of let the burr do the work. It burns the wood basically. That die grinder's got a light on it, so but you can see all the smoke coming out. In the back of that, you can see how I'm using my chest, pushing it with my chest, and I'm holding the carving at the same time. There's a little carving fusion magic right there, yep. So there's one eye. I'm always really bad at putting the eyes in my pieces. Like one's usually a lot lower than the other one. But take your time when you're doing the eyes because that's really what, you know, makes your piece. And if the eyes are a bit off, they'll know. Somebody that's looking at the piece to buy it. But anyway, since I did that post on Facebook and turned comments off, I had 9 ladies today message me. Oh, how much for the beautiful owl planters? I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. They're for the grad sale, like I said in the post. I can't sell them because I'm letting some kids that live here where I live across the way. I'm letting them sell them with their parents so the kids can make some money. I said, so you can't really, if you want to buy it, you have to show up to the grad sale and buy it. Lots of them didn't reply, which is fair enough. What really bothers me when you post online to sell your stuff, somebody will send you a message, be like, "Oh, how much for that piece?" Say $100, and they don't even reply. You see, they read the message, they don't even reply to you. But you kind of just get custom immune to that. So when that kind of happens, and it's happened to me lots, when that happens, and when I post I don't like posting too much of my carvings on Facebook anymore. I used to do it all the time, and I suggest new carvers do it. What was I saying? But it's happened to me where like I would post a picture of a carvings, and somebody would message me how much. I'd say the price. They wouldn't message me that. They didn't even say, "Oh, that's too much," or "That's okay, thanks," or whatever. Thanks for letting me know. But it's called ghost. They ghost you. So then a couple months later, you post some more carvings for sale, and then that same person will message you, "How much for that carving?" Well, I don't even reply to them. I just read their comment and I ignore them. I do to them what they did to me. Or especially if you got a friend that asks for like a custom owl or something, custom owl cart. There, I'm using now I got I don't know what I got on there. That's the Meetabo die grinder. And that die grinder I was using earlier was oh yeah, I got that little saber tooth burr on there. It's plugged up. It's not carving very good. The first die grinder that I used was the Makita 800C that David Gross bought me from Texas. And thanks again for that, David. But I'm going to switch out this burr pretty soon. Then I'll be putting the Kutzall Extreme Flame burr in there, if I even show doing it. I think I sped this up 2 times the speed. I don't think this part's sped up actually at all. I think I did have it sped up pretty fast, but then I slowed it down so I could actually do a voiceover where I'm talking. Anyways, so we'll see if I carved another owl the day after and a big huge wood spirit. I carved the wood spirit live today, live on YouTube, and I did another owl planter. It was half a cedar log, standing up, probably like 5 feet tall, and I put 2 planters on that. But I'll show you guys that at the end of this video. So everything's over at my neighbor's place, and they're gonna see what sells tomorrow. It's that because I don't want to be around here. I think the grad sale starts at 8. I'll be out of here at 7:30. No, I'll probably be out of here at 7, just so I don't see anybody. Like I said, don't hate because I'm not a fan of people, right? But I think maybe a few people will be showing up because I don't post. There's the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr in my Dremel 4300, and I'm just gonna carve some details in the owl's eyes, kind of like little swoosh lines that most owl carvers do. They're just to make them look decent, quick. Just Carve Rob, you guys got to head over to Just Carve Rob's channel because he that wood spirit that I carved for Grumpy Old Me and Cricket. Um, I think it's Grumpy Concrete and Cricket. I forget the name of his YouTube channel, but I did a carving for him. He's dealing with some mental stuff and well, physical stuff. The C word. So I did a carving for him. I asked first of all, I asked Amy Jo if she wanted to take part in it, like do a collab, and she said yes. And I decided I'd want to ask Just Carve Rob, and he said yep. So I sent it to Just Carve Rob. He carved another wood spirit on it, so that video is live on Just Carve Rob's channel. And then he's going to mail it to Amy next week, and then we'll see what Amy does. She's going to, I believe, make a kind of some type of backdrop. I told her just kind of do whatever she wants to do and have a good time, and just think of the grumpy old concrete guy in Cricket when she's making it. So Amy does really nice wood burning things. She's getting pretty good at carving too, and painting. And she's got the YouTube channel, Amy Jo. Boy, this is sure a long voiceover. Yep, I might have to end it short. So there's basically all the detail stuff carved in for the silly little hooter. Oh yeah, this I'm going to speed this up real fast. I'm just carving bark lines on this piece. I think I burn it after I. Yeah, I don't have it. Yeah, I have paint in my airbrush, so I carve it. I use the side of the bar. I don't use it like I don't use the bar's center to it. Use the side of the bar so you don't have like deep square cuts from the bar. You just kind of scrape the wood deep though. So yeah. So here's a Dremel 125 bit. This burns and carves at the same time, and I'm going to quickly detail some burning around inside the eyes there. Those little swoosh things, whatever they're called, little fluffer fluter things, and it'll burn around the beak and stuff. So yeah, that Dremel 125 bit, I think they burn better when they're duller. Like actually, I got a brand new one of those Dremel 125 bits, and I think I put it against a piece of concrete and turned it on for a while and pushed hard so it would get dull. It doesn't carve that good, but it burns good. There's that little underneath owl beak thing. I don't know what it's called. To tell you the truth, it doesn't matter what it's called. Sign your pieces. There goes the J. Sometimes I sign it on the front. Sometimes I sign it on the back. So I think I'm going to be pulling out. Oh no, what am I doing? I'm just cleaning up the edge, making sure everything connects smooth, kind of getting rid of any chainsaw square cuts along the edges. That's with the silver quarter-inch burr on that 800C Makita die grinder. The more time you spend cleaning up, the better it's going to look. But don't, for the very beginners, definitely don't rush yourself. I rush. That's my problem. That's the biggest problem I have is I rush and I have no patience. Maybe if I took my time, I could do a better job. Now here's the Iwata airbrush. So that's just acrylic paint in there. So paint it all. The airbrush screwed up later on. I guess you got to keep those airbrushes so clean. Just kind of doing like black rings around the eyes. Now I'm going to burn the owl. And I usually burn it too deep, but that's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of what I do. When you sand it, you get nice high points. Burn around the owl really deep. That was the Sandoflex that just ran out of the sandpaper, so I got to use what I'm using here is like a little mop sander. Come to think of it, I need to order more of them. Now this is just a grinder with a, I think 60 grit flap sander on it. Lots of sanding. Definitely wear your dust mask, everybody. I should even wear my dust mask when I'm chainsaw carving, but I don't. But I should, but I don't. So they're starting to. You can see the owl in there now. Hoot, hoot, hoot. Thank God this voiceover's done.
So there's the first one complete. I'm gonna have to do a voiceover on this. My airbrush screwed up, so I had to finish painting it with just normal acrylic paints. That's why I don't like airbrushes that much, because you got to keep them so clean. And well, anyways, now I'll pull. I got some clear spray too. I'll spray it. This Rust-Oleum satin clear. And then I'm going to pull up the other one. I don't feel like carving in another owl today, but they're big sellers. Now I got succulents at home that I've grown. I bought some last year and I've been growing them all year. So, you know, when this is done, when these are done, after I spray that black stuff in here, I'll let it dry for a day. I'll put succulents in there. Then I'll put a picture online and say for sale for the garage sale thing. Let it sit outside and dry off. Put the other one on. I'm not going to film carving the other one because I got to get moving here. But I don't know. I think that's a couple $100. If somebody doesn't buy it when I post it, I don't care. Somebody will eventually buy it. And on to the next. Carry on, carry on. So, has anybody had any nightmares lately? Hey Shorty, have you had any nightmares lately? You're gonna have one now. This reminds me, I don't know what this reminds me of. This reminds me of a nightmare. I didn't have to show this. I didn't have to finish this. I could repaint it. I don't care. The thing, I was laughing when I was painting this because I was just thinking to myself, I wonder if somebody will buy it. What do you think about that, Just Carve, Rob? If you can't have fun and laugh at yourself, then what's the sense? Hey Shorty, if I could drop this off to Liz's place for you, I would. But I can't. Because I can't get across the border. That will never happen. So anyways. Dun 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 dun. So I'm pretty well wrapped up for the day. I'm gonna carve a few more trees. I'm gonna tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna film. I got lots of videos on trees, but I got 3 trees out of this half log. These are big trees. This is Douglas fir. Maybe I'll carve a big wood spirit in here. That Douglas fir that I just showed you, that is that. Anyways, that's not the best tree. Let's take a look at these pieces. So I just got to go home, spray that black rubber in there, and tomorrow, oh yeah, I also painted that one gray. I didn't like the color of it, so that kind of looks like a dogwood now. Nightmare. Maybe I'll keep that myself. Yeah, go home, spray that rubber, put succulents. Maybe I'll wait to finish this video so you guys can see how good they look with the succulents in them. You know, I might put chicks and hens. They're green with red tips in the bottoms. Well, and this one, and the bottoms of these, and I might put the ones that kind of hang down on the tops. I don't know. 200, 400, 1 million, 75. So these, I'm going to be rich. Oh yeah, I got some Carving Fusion wind spinners for the chip-in giveaway for some winner. Hi Lee. Meow. Meow to you too. A real nightmare. There's the gem right there. That's the winner. Meow. Huh? Hey? What? I carved another one today. Garage sale.